Hi, my tubies. I have to redo this video, which I already did it, but I don't know what happened with the YouTube, whatever. Anyway, the name of this video is Narcissists Make a Toxic Partnership. We're going to be dealing with Judge Lynn when it comes to divorce court. And if you want to see these people's face, which I suggest that you do, is Rice versus Rice. Let's listen up.
Today on divorce court.
I'm here because I'm trying to get my marriage back on the right track the way it used to be.
We have a lot of trust issues in our marriage, and I'm known for being promiscuous, but I'm changing my life around, and I really want him to start trusting me.
Shanetta says she's...
You know, the reason why I'm making this video is because I don't want people to think that I do nothing but male bashing. This is a female who's nothing but a straight up narc as far as I'm concerned. But leave your comments down below and tell me, do you think this is a narcissist female? Give me your viewpoint.
Gonna change and she's not gonna cheat anymore, but I'm not so sure.
He has to put in more effort. You know, a marriage is not one way. A marriage is two ways.
If Shanetta doesn't change after 10 years of marriage, I'm gonna have to get a divorce.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Shanetta Rice and Javon Rice. The two of you have been married for 10 years. You are having difficulties in your marriage, so you have come here. Ms. Rice, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you and Mr. Rice are here in divorce court today?
I never really lived there. I was like in the middle.
I kind of speeded this up because the first beginning part, it was like boring. And the last thing I want to do is bore you because God knows I don't like being bored. Anyway.
So I was like there for like a month or two. And
Leon, come on back.
So it wasn't really like I was permanently living with them.
I got you.
Yeah.
So I understand the nature of your relationship, how it got started. Now, tell me why we're here in divorce court. What has happened since you've been married?
The problem started when he left, like I said, to go to Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
And I started dating one guy that I was dating before me and him even got together, you know.
How long was he gone before you started dating this first guy?
About 3 months.
3 months. And how long did you date him?
A second.
Just
a split second.
You just one time?
Yeah.
How could you date if you're married though?
And then
he brought up a good question. You heard what the guy said? How could you be dating when you're married? And how long were you with him? She says a split second. So we know what that was. That was in and out. Whatever. Something sleazy. Whatever. Not that I'm here to judge. Let's just listen up and let me calm down. Because, please. He's in Iraq fighting for our country. And you're around here pumping the life out of people. Whatever.
When that was over, what was the next affair?
The next affair was with another man that I met at a club.
Uh-huh.
Right. And
how long after the first affair did you start the second affair?
A month.
A month. And how long did you stay with this second man?
I've never been with any of them. But
one night stands with all of them?
Basically.
Okay.
Right. And I dealt with him for maybe about 2 years.
The second one?
The second one. Total.
So that wasn't a one night stand. That was 2 years.
You see how ditzy she is? She sat up here and said, "Oh no, but you've been with somebody for 2 years, honey. That's not a one night stand. You've been dealing with the same guy doing sexual whatever the heck you people do, and yeah." So we pretty much get an idea of where she is here mentally.
It wasn't a one night stand, but in my eyesight, like I didn't want him. Like it was just satisfaction to me.
Mr. Rice, were you ever aware of all these affairs she was having?
Not at first, but you know, when I was in Iraq, I was getting like, you know, emails, text messages, you know, telling me like she's doing this, and I'm like, nah, she's not doing that. I don't believe it. But then when she finally, you know, confessed to me, it just tore me up.
Were you still in Iraq when she confessed to you?
Yeah, I was still in Iraq.
This man over in the foreign country trying to survive, and he's got to deal with that mess from you?
We all have to clap on that. Are you serious? I'm sitting up here getting text messages from my homies telling me that your wife, man, she's pumping the life out of this. She's sucking off of this. She's in alleyways doing this. And like she said, How long have you been with these people? Just a minute. Just a minute. Word gets around. You know what I'm saying? This world is not as big as people think it is. And you sit up here in Iraq. Are we familiar with what was going on in Iraq and what they was doing to Americans? Let's see how he responded to all of this.
Did you ever consider not cheating on him while he was gone? It just seems like you never had any intention of stopping to sleeping with people. That you just, he's not here, so I'm going to give me a dude.
No, it wasn't like that at all. Like, before he left, we did have that conversation, and we agreed that, you know, I was going to be his wife. You know, but when we got together, we was only together for maybe about 3 months before he left to go to Iraq. So it's like I wasn't really ready to be a wife.
We was married. We was married for 3 months before I went to Iraq. We was together like a year before that.
Okay, but marriage,
but you were married when you did all these things. You know that?
Are we understanding where she's coming from? Because God knows we're trying to. She's been dating this man for a year. Within a year, we pretty much got an idea of what he's about and where his head is at and all of the above. And then you agreed to marry me. She says you wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. You know, you were married already 3 months before he went to Iraq. You're going to tell me you weren't ready for the marriage? So why did you agree to it? Why didn't you tell him, you know what, I can make that decision when you come back, sweetheart, because I need some time, because marriage is no joke. It's a lot of work, and there's no way in all hell I'm going to take that lightly. No. You got to see Judge Lynn scratching her head. Check it out. It's called Divorce Court Full Episode Rice vs. Rice. And you got to see what the girl looks like. She is so not worth all the crap that she has put this guy through.
I don't feel like I was ready. I really was not ready.
Yes.
Like
you were something. I don't know if it was not ready, but we'll figure that out later. So, get me to man number 3.
Man number 3, I didn't really have a man number 3.
You did have sex with another man after those first 2 men.
Yes, I did. But it wasn't.
That's okay. So is that not man number 3? You know what I'm freaking out about this day and age? Men don't want decent women. I'm noticing that men are marrying prostitutes, women who are strippers, women who are street whores, and all the women who have standards and morals and decency. They're sitting at home alone with their cats. 20 cats. That's probably it. Is that 20 cats? I mean, really, are there such people that live with 20 cats? I guess there is. But anyway, they don't want decent women. They want women who have threesomes. You willing to be down with all this? They want to walk into a room, let's say that, no, and every man up in this place had a piece of your woman, man. You sat up there and you worried. You're married to the town thought. That hoe over there. And a man is a thought too. Because I don't want no man who, when I walk into a room, every woman up in here done pumped the life out of him. Every woman in this freaking room knows what he sounds like sexually. Every woman in the room knows what he feels like. Are you serious? It's the same thing in terms of men. You walking into a room, let's say business, you have a business, whatever, and all the people in your business atmosphere, they don't slept with your woman. They already know what she's like inside and out. Whatever happened to those days when men wanted women who had morals and values and standards? Those days are over, honey. They are. And you know why? Because I'm a girl who I'm out there. I travel. I go on the dating circle. I do it all. I'm out there. I'm the, how you say, cosmopolitan woman, the contemporary woman. I know what's going on, the latest things that's happening. And from what I see, these men don't want no decent women. They want women who will do threesomes, women who are willing to be prostitutes and go out there and make their money that they can pimp. They want women who knows how to give this kind of sex and that kind of sex. A decent woman is not going to know how to do this and do that, or not really, because God knows I'm skilled in a lot of areas, only because thank God for porno. At the same time, back in the day before I was a Christian, mind you, so I'm skilled in certain areas because I studied it. But these men today, they don't want decent women. They don't want them. They don't want you. You have standards. They don't want you. And if I'm wrong, let me see in the comments down here all the men who really want decent women, or do you want women like her? Listen up.
I want to talk about
I
now.
know, but with that situation, like, it really, that was more of a recent thing than in the past type situation. Like, I know that's crazy to say, but honestly, like, I chilled out for a while, you know, because he was in Iraq. But once he came from Iraq,
so what you're saying is you want credit for the couple of years in there that you didn't actually cheat on him.
That's not so bad. I don't want credit, but I just...
Well, some...
Did you just hear what she said? That's not so bad. All the times that I cheated on him, it's not so bad. Really? You're married, honey. Marriage is sacred. You made a vow before God. You didn't only make a vow to your husband. You made a vow to God that you was going to forsake all others. Let's hold up a moment, because maybe some people don't understand what forsake means. Forsake means that you forsake all others. You give up on all of these other people. You're not touching nobody else except for your partner, your husband, your wife. That's what forsake means. A vow that you made. And I need you to understand that, let me tell you something. When you cheat in marriage, I have to laugh at this one, because you have so many people who have cheated in marriage and they honestly think they're going to get away with that. You're not. God is coming at you. It may take time. Just like when a farmer plants a seed. It takes time for that harvest to grow. It takes time for that to grow. You know what I'm saying? And it may take time for you to get back what God is going to give you. Because when you sit up there, I went to my spiritual meeting today, and it's amazing what I learned. You're not going to make a mockery out of God. You sat up there and you made a vow to God to forsake all others. You took marital vows. That's not a joke. That's not something that you take lightly. And all of this sit up here talking about, well, we were separated. We were separated. Okay, I tell you what. You try to present that to God and Jesus Christ and see if they're going for that. Separated is not single. You're still married under an oath. If you wanted to go out there and start laying up with all of this, whatever the hell is out there these days, you should have got a divorce. Divorces these days are it's cheap, man, cheap. I got my divorce for, the first time I went for it, it was $800 and something. But then I put a stop to it because my husband seemed like he wanted to work with her. But anyway, and then I saw that he was just a total freaking loser. And I went ahead to proceed. The end point is my divorce altogether cost $1,000. Who can't afford $1,000 for their freedom, their liberty? Just $1,000, and you don't have to pay them $1,000 right up front. I went to For the People. For the People. Got my divorce, honey. He didn't want to sign the papers. He didn't sign the papers. But what I did was I got an uncontested. Do you know what an uncontested means? It means that when he don't want to sign, but you have reasons. Unreconcilable differences. That's what I put, unreconcilable differences, and also abuse. He was very abusive, and I showed them the pictures of how he had messed up my face, you know. And when I showed them those pictures, I got my divorce like crazy. Quick. You know? And you can get a divorce these days for what, $550. So instead of you committing adultery, get your divorce, man, woman. At least the sin is not so heavy. That fornication thing ain't working either. At the same time, you made a vow. And when you make a vow before God, to your partner, and you break that vow, don't you think for one iota of a moment that you're going to get away with that? I know everything is running good for you. You're over there. Everything seems like everything is running smoothly, and you feel like you got away with it. I gotta laugh. I'm just going back on here because I gotta laugh.
Things happen,
things do happen. Miss Rice, things do happen. And something extraordinary happened with this third man, did it not?
It actually was the second man.
The second man. Well,
right.
Something extraordinary happened with him, yes?
Yes.
We're going to get to that.
Okay. It wasn't that bad.
That is the most trifling, low-down, tacky, street behavior I have ever heard of.
You sit around there and you hurt people. You know, cheating hurts. It's like ripping your heart right out of your chest. Just take my heart, cut it out, put it right there on the table, and it's right there. And she's going to sit up here and say, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Okay, then. Okay, what do I know?
In my entire life. This man is out here fighting for our country. And you over there acting like, it wasn't that bad. It's horrendous.
Yes, ma'am.
We're back with Divorce Court with Judge Lynn.
Tell me what extraordinary thing happened as a consequence with your affair.
This is going to freak you out. Listen up to what happened.
I ended up getting pregnant.
He was still in Iraq, yes?
Yes.
Did you tell him?
Yes.
Mr. Rice, tell me what she said to you, how you found out, and how you felt.
I was on my computer, and I just got a Yahoo message popped up, and it was like, I got to tell you something. And I'm like, okay, what is it? And then she just hit me with, I'm pregnant. And my heart just like dropped, and I basically like destroyed my room, destroyed the laptop, everything. 'Cause I was like so mad, and they had to take my weapon away. 'Cause I don't
know what you were going to do.
Yeah, basically. So I was destroyed. And I asked her, all right, have an abortion. And she refused.
You heard it. He heard this over the phone. I'm pregnant. He knows damn well he's all the way in Iraq. So he knows what's up, what time it is. He was so distraught. So hurt. He trashed his computer. He trashed the room. They even had to take his weapon away from him because God knows what he would have done. So he tells her to get a abortion. That's easier said than done because, she's wrong. You know she's wrong. I know she's wrong. At the same time, abortion, that's a big sin. That's huge because we're committing murder here. You're telling me to commit murder. And sometimes women can't live with that on their head because that's going to freak them out forever. Forever. And I know he says, well, you deserve it. Yeah, but murder, honey, that's not good for me. So what I would rather do is have the baby and give the baby up for adoption. Because you have the ebony babies, beautiful ebony babies. They're in the market now, honey. They're popular like all get out. They're the jump off. I will have the baby and I will put the baby up for adoption because the way it was perceived, whatever. But killing the kid, I'm not going to do that. I can't do that in good conscience. That may be the next Obama. That kid may be the next Oprah Winfrey. That kid may be the next freaking Felicia Rashad or Bill Cosby. Freak what they say about Bill Cosby. I don't care what they say, but he's mad cool. That may be the next Malcolm X or Dr. Martin Luther King. And you want me to commit murder? I don't think I sit well with that. At the same time, I know that what I did was horrible. So that's why I am willing to give the baby up for adoption. I'll give the baby up for adoption, but I can't do the murder thing, man. Because that's huge, huge in God's eyes and in Jesus Christ's eyes. And for the women who did do that because they was put in a certain situation where they had no other choice, I hear you, girl. I hear you. And you went to your Heavenly Father and asked for forgiveness, and you know you'll never do that again. You only did that one time. God forgives you. Jesus Christ forgave you. And if they forgive you, then you should forgive yourself. Keep it moving. Just don't ever do that again. Give the baby up for adoption. Because that could have been one of our peacemakers to help this world be a better place. We can't do that one. So he wants an abortion. And I would have said, yeah, I hear you, sweetie. Yeah, I'm heard. Yeah. I would definitely give the baby up for adoption. That's how I would have handled that.
So that kind of made me like, why? Why would you refuse that? And I don't know, I didn't talk to her for a while after that, like probably like the rest of the time I was over there, like 4 or 5 months. I didn't speak to her, no contact or nothing. So when I came home and then I actually seen her stomach, it was a reality just hit me again, like, yeah, where she really is pregnant. And eventually...
Can you imagine how he felt when he came home and he saw her stomach? Her stomach is filled with another man's seed. This is his wife. This is not his side piece or his jump off or some girl, some fly by night. This is my wife. And her belly is filled with someone else's seed. Oh, God, please. That's what, no, I don't do. You cheat on me once, honey. I'm done. I'm out. I'm totally out.
I got a big heart and I was raised by my mom, So I kind of just like forgave her and accepted the pregnancy, and I just...
And he says, I have a big heart. I was raised by my mom, and I forgave her. And you're supposed to forgive. Because if you don't forgive people, God is not going to forgive you. But that don't mean you have to stay with her. You can forgive people and don't have nothing to do with them ever again. I think what is his issue? I think, in Iraq, he must have had some kind of mental TBI, traumatic brain injury. Because there are so many women out here. So many more women than men. So many more women than men. Why would you have to put up with that? Why? If I was a man, please, I would have a field day out here. I never understood why men put up with, because I love her. No, you don't. Because in order to love someone, you have to love yourself first. What you are, you're probably hypnotized by the sex. You're scared of loneliness. Or you're codependent, or you're addicted. A lot of people, they keep associating love with addicted. Like a lot of people use drugs. They don't love the drugs. They're addicted. They hate the drug. They want to quit. That's why you see them sit up there. What is that show? It's called Intervention. And then they have another show called Addicted. These people are talking about how horrible they feel. They wish they could quit. Their life is in the toilet. It's beyond gutter. It's just totally disgusting. But they're addicted. And you have a lot of people today who confuse love with addiction. You're addicted, sweetheart. You don't love this person. This person don't even treat you right. How can you love someone who treats you like you're not worth much? They cheat on you like every chance they get. They talk to you any old kind of way and think that's acceptable. They abuse you emotionally. You don't love that person. What is there to love? That's called addiction, sweetheart. Or codependency. It's everything but love. Personally, me, I think it's addiction. You're addicted. Or you're so consumed with, you remember the way he used to treat you or she used to treat you, and you're so caught up in that until you keep thinking that, well, he's going to treat me like that or she's going to treat me like that again, and you're so lost in that. It's everything but love. It's not love. Love don't work like that. Love is when you can say, you know what, I want to marry this person because if I had a son, I want my son to be just like him. If I had a daughter, I would want my daughter to be exactly like her. That's when you know you're in love. When you want your partner, your children, to be just like your partner. But anytime you don't want your kids to be nothing like them because, no, you're either addicted, you're either caught out there on the sex part, you're either afraid to be alone, or you're codependent. It's everything but love. Like this guy here, he don't have no love for this woman, because first of all, he don't even love himself. Check this out. Let's listen. He don't even love himself.
To like make it work. I'm like, you've done the worst, so nothing else can be done.
It can only go up from here.
Basically, yeah.
Once you got pregnant, did you continue to see the guy you got pregnant by?
Yes.
Because he went back to Iraq.
No, I was home.
He was home.
And you were seeing?
Yeah.
He was home where he could accommodate his wife sexually. She still was going to see baby daddy on the down low. So it's not because she was lacking in the, well, I can't say because I'm not in their bedroom. At the same time, I'm assuming, you know what they say about assuming, you make an ass of you and me, or whatever, but I'm going to take a risk out here. The man is home. Bad enough you pregnant for somebody and you still continue to, on the down low, sneak and see baby daddy? Really? And he's still there. He's automatically going to say, because I love her. No, honey, you're addicted to her. Her sex must be off the hook. I surely wish I could meet somebody who could make me see how sex could really capture someone. I've never had sex like, well, actually, my kid's father, he was great. He was great, the best I've ever had. My son and my daughter's dad. He was the best that I've ever had. And believe me, I was married as a virgin. And that didn't work out. So I've been out there exploring. Not too much, because I can count the men I slept with and still have fingers left over. At the same time, I've been out there exploring. I've never met no man who could match him. My son and my daughter's dad. You know, he was amazing. Anyway, let's go back.
Was home.
Your baby's daddy while he was home.
Watching the baby.
Watching the baby.
It wasn't that bad as far as watching no baby, but yes, it came.
What do you mean it wasn't that bad? Hey. That is the most trifling, low-down, tacky, street behavior I have ever heard of in my entire life. This man is out.
While she was up there screwing around with baby daddy, screwing around with another man, her husband is taking care of the bastard child, the illegitimate child that she created while he was away in Iraq fighting for his life. And you had to see the judge, Judge Lynch. She was like, look at my mouth. Oh, that is the most trifling. And it is. What? Oh, God, please. I can't be so bothered.
Here fighting for our country, potentially dying. You drop a huge bomb on him like I'm just screwing around on you while you're gone. And oh, by the way, I got knocked up by another dude. And you just drop it on him like it wasn't even important. And then you continue to see that dude when this man came home from defending his country. And you over there acting like, it wasn't that bad. It's horrendous.
Yes,
it shows no character, no moral compass, no care, no contrition, no nothing. It's just like, well, he let me get away with it.
Well,
that's the best I could do.
Miss Lynn, it really was not like that because, even though I did what I did, he did basically the same thing. He also got another woman pregnant. He got another woman pregnant as well. And he said his reason for doing that was because I did it. So it was payback to me. He also talked to my...
So now the judge says to ask him, did you really do that? He did it, but let's keep everything. Let's not lose track of everything. I don't condone what he did. Because he was out there cheating too. And personally, I ain't nowhere in the world. He was out there in Iraq for 3 months and he was faithful. I don't believe that. Now, you notice what the girl said here. He did that because he wanted to get even with her. But so she started that. That's why he did that, to try to heal himself. He wanted to go out there and just find a way to get some girl pregnant so that way it'll make him feel better. Do you know where I'm going with this? Do you understand? He well, actually that was foolish. He was impulsive. He did that without thinking. But it turns out, check it out as you'll hear later, the baby wasn't even his. But the point is, he didn't know that. He didn't know whether he had impregnated this woman. So he was out there cheating, just, like her. I told you, honey. That's why I told you, when somebody cheats on me, you can't come back from that. I'm done with you. There's no trust. There's no faith. There's no hope. There's nothing for us to talk about. No. You know why I'm like that? Because I don't cheat. I don't do cutthroat, and I don't stab people in the back. Why? Because that's a rotten thing to do. You don't get no lower than that. Somebody's willing to share their body with you and be vulnerable with you, and all you could do is cutthroat. No, come on, no. Oh, God, no.
I didn't get her pregnant. It wasn't my baby. It was. She ended up getting pregnant, but that was during the time we were separated. We separated, and then, I started, seeing other people, and then she ended up getting pregnant. But then she came back.
You hear that word again? We were separated, but we were separated. You're married, honey. It doesn't matter whether you're separated. It doesn't matter whether you're living in some freaking, all the way in Ireland. You're married. If you wanted to sit up there and have sex with somebody else, get a divorce. Divorces these days is cheap. My divorce cost me, it was $800, but then I put a stop to it trying to work with the marriage. End point, my divorce cost me $1,000. We the people, or better yet, for the people. And normally I could have got it even cheaper if I didn't go on again, off again, trying to save it, on again. $550 for a divorce, honey. I spent $1,000. Which I say, he better pay me back that $1,000. I'm not the one who committed adultery. I'm not the one who was abusive. I'm not the one that was trying to run your family over with a car. I'm not the one that your family had to run and get a knife and ready to stab you up, almost risking jail time. I'm not the one who was sitting up there so envious and jealous and hateful of your family members until the only thing you could think to do with them is low down, dirty, rotten stuff. I'm not the one who couldn't even afford to see the cat. The cat happy. You did all of that. You created the divorce, so you owe me $1,000 plus $250 for the ring that you sold. That was my ring. I told you to give it back. If you're not going to work with this marriage, give me back the ring. Just like if a woman, if she agrees to marry a man and he gives her an engagement ring, let's talk about he gives her like one of those rocks like Elizabeth Taylor. And then let's say Elizabeth Taylor realizes that she's not going to marry the man. I don't want to marry you. She has to give the ring back because she's not willing to work on it. You owed me that ring. You wasn't willing to work on it. Yeah, he actually sold his wedding ring. I went and bought him another one. He owes me that money for that other one because how dare you? Who sells their wedding ring? That's the circle of trust. And he wants to talk about it was the drugs. It was because of drugs. How come you didn't sell that car? I know many people who are caught out there with drugs. They sell their car. What about that big old flat screen TV? How come, I wonder why he didn't sell that? But you had no problem selling your wedding ring. Because I didn't feel like this was working. Because you didn't want to work it. He didn't want to work it. Really. Who sells that freaking wedding ring before they would sell a car and sell a freaking TV and sell your suits and sell your shoes and sell all the everything else? Your wedding ring is the last thing you would pawn or sell. The last thing. That goes to show you somebody who didn't really care about marriage, didn't take it seriously. His vows were a joke. But I assure you this, You will not make a mockery. Anybody who's cheating out there, I'm talking to you. I'm addressing this to you. You will not make a mockery out of God. You will reap what you sow. And God said when you commit adultery, man, we got to kind of pray for you, because the things that's going to be lined up for you, you got it coming. How dare you take marriage so lightly? Let's go back here. She's a fool too. She sits up here and sleeps with 3 different men. She has a husband. Even get pregnant by some other man. She honestly believes she's going to get away with that. Let's giggle together. Because, baby.
To work it out. And then I was like, yo, I got somebody pregnant.
You cut it off with the other woman.
Yeah, I tried to.
But she was pregnant.
Yeah, but she was pregnant. Yeah, so I was trying to, keep it cool, because I don't know if it was mine or not. So I didn't want to just, leave me alone. Don't contact me no more, because, the child support. Right. So I just,
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a minute to decompress.
They don't look at me the same. Me or my daughter.
I think it's a big misunderstanding. She sees it like that because of what she did.
I see it like that because when they come and get the nieces, the other nieces, they don't ever come get my daughter. You understand me? When they buy their nieces and stuff, they don't ever buy my daughter anything.
Listen.
This broad, she has the nerve, and I call her broad because she doesn't get any of my respect, not at all. She's getting ready to get emotional because Christmas time comes, or anytime it's time to give for gifts. They bring the nieces, they bring everybody gifts except for her daughter. The reason why they don't give gifts to her daughter, you hurt my family member so desperate. I would never do it like that. Because that daughter had nothing to do with this. She did not ask to come here. She's still a child. Don't have a clue about what the hell is all this nonsense with these adults and crazy, godless, satanic adults. No, you do not bring tabs and iPhones and Android phones, and you give these people, everybody got the biggest gifts, and my daughter sits there with nothing. Because you're pissed off because your wife got pregnant from another man, and now you're going to take it out on the girl. No, that's so not cool. Not acceptable at all. No.
To be faithful to Javon if they remain married. Tell us what you think at facebook.com/divorce court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Hold up, guys. It's coming right back.
If you would like your case to be heard on Divorce Court,
family does not accept you and the baby, and you also feel like Mr. Rice is not supportive of you, why don't you tell me why you feel that way?
Well, I feel that his family don't really accept me and my daughter because of the things that I did to him, That's one reason. And then with my daughter, they expected me to have a baby by him. I had a baby by someone else. Yeah, so that brings...
Yeah, his family expected her to have a baby by him. But instead, she had a baby by someone else. Can you understand why the family is disgusted? Still don't take it out on the kids. Take it out on her.
A little issue as well. Why they don't look at me the same. Me or my daughter.
But I honestly don't think they mistreat my daughter or our daughter just because, because she's not mine. I think they're just doing that, like you said, because of what she did. And I honestly think that they're even doing that. I think it's a big misunderstanding. She sees it like that because of what she did.
I see it like that because when they come and get the nieces, the other nieces, they don't ever come get my daughter. You understand me? When they buy their nieces and stuff, they don't ever buy my daughter anything. They don't buy, for example, for Christmas, they got tablets and all of that. What did my daughter get?
And that's because I already had her.
No, it does not matter. If they buy one,
let me say this to you. You did their son so dirty.
I understand.
And that's not... And I
I know that he accepts that baby as his, but that's somebody else's baby, and they don't want to spend money on somebody else's baby. Maybe that is not the greatest character in the world. Maybe they could have risen above it, but you couldn't rise above the gutter not to do it in the first place. So to expect them to rise so much.
You hear what they said? I love her. You couldn't rise above the gutter. Like I always say, you know, these men going out there for these women in the gutter. No, the family is pissed off because you did do their family member low down, dirty, rotten. Do I agree with the way the family is handling this? No. Because they're taking it out on the kid. Somebody who didn't even ask to come here, don't even understand what's going on, what's up with all this. You know, no. If you want to get, you know, mean or whatever, take it out on her. Find ways that you could get her. You know how to get her. Actually, I shouldn't even be saying that as a Christian. Whatever, man. But you know, it's rough.
Much above that is really ludicrous. It's just ludicrous. Now, tell me why you find Mr. Rice unsupportive of you. Why do you think he's not a good husband to you?
I wouldn't say he's not a good husband, because he is overall. But I honestly feel like, for example, I love nice things, you know? Mm-hmm. And, you know, I expressed to him, baby, you know, can you try to buy me this? You know, I really like this. Or can we go out and eat here? Or just do anything nice, you know? And I expressed that to him. And let's say a year go by and nothing happened. It's like I was speaking for no reason. He couldn't. It's like he moves so slow with trying to make me happy, and then when someone else makes me happy, he gets upset. But you didn't do this at the beginning.
Mr. Rice, can you respond to that?
I gotta kind of identify with this female here on this one, and God knows I think she's gutter. But at the same time, he decided to accept her back. He said he's going to work with this. I like the way she said, you know, I like nice things. You know, and when I tried to suggest to him, honey, can you buy me this? Or maybe you can get me that? He takes like eons to get me something. Now, why should I go through all that waiting when she could find men who's going to buy all of that for her? And the only reason why I could stand my ground, oh God, in the gutter part of this, is that he decided he was going to keep her. He decided he's going to forgive her and he's going to stay with her. Me, I would have never stayed with her. She would have been out on the freaking, not curb because she has a job. She's a CNA. She has a baby. We don't want to be crazy. She definitely would not have been with me. But considering he said, okay, you know, I'm going to forgive her. I'm going to raise the kid. I'm going to do it. Okay, so yeah. Now I'm your woman because you forgave all of that, and I do like nice things. And you think maybe you could buy me this or buy me that because that's women. We like nice things, and that's the end of it.
Yeah,
she said you don't do anything to make her happy.
I kind of do procrastinate on some things, but like I work like 12, 13-hour days. So
first of all, he just got that job this
year. A year ago? No. Right. August of last year.
If you're going to forgive her,
thank you,
and you're going to make a marriage work, you kind of got to participate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're participating?
Yeah, but probably not to my full potential because like it's so much going on. There's like trust issues and
yeah. I want to see what we're going to do next. How?
No, I get where he's coming from too because, like he said, there's trust issues. When you break somebody's trust, you have to do everything in your power to regain that trust. I don't care how long it takes. I have access to your phone. When you get incoming calls, you put it on speakerphone so I can hear who you're talking to. You say you're going to be someplace, I want the address. I want to know exactly if your pay stubs because I want to see if you're paying for prostitutes or hoes on the side. I need to know where the money's going. Don't sit up here and get mad at me and talk about I'm controlling or I'm this. No, baby. You put yourself in that position. You cheated. You lost my trust. Now you have to do everything, anything that I ask to regain that trust because you did this, not me. You did this. Now, whatever I ask of you, Do it. You have to if you want to regain my trust. You know what I'm saying? And having that other phone on the side. Don't even let them fool you on that one, girlfriend. People call me on my phone, my girls. Whatever. I'll show you how to scope out if they have a second phone on the side. Really, there's a way to find out. Believe that, because you know that's what they're going to do. Try to say, yeah, babe, go ahead. But then they got a second phone on the side, and that's okay, baby, because I got your number. I got other things that I want to share with the women that you can find out where he is, every stop that he made, everywhere he went. Yeah, but to me, anytime I have to do all of that, I don't want you. I don't want you if I have to do this, I have to do this, and I have to do all. What? No. You know why? Because I don't have time to be no freaking grown boy or grown boy. What's her face? This woman that I was looking at on YouTube, she calls him nigger boy. But then you got nigger boy pale face too. I don't have time to sit up here and babysit no freaking grown ass boy. Because I have dreams, I have goals, I have things that I'm working on. I got books to publish. I got new career moves that I'm making. I have extra money ideas that I don't have time to be sitting up here hiring no investigator to check out this, and I got to be driving around. I don't have time for that. So let me tell you how I end all of that. I don't have time for it. You cheat on me, I don't trust you, I'm done with you. Bye. Now I can focus on my career. I can focus on my books. I can focus on me making mad, crazy, stupid money on the side. I don't have to be sitting up here. He's looking at this woman. He's disrespecting me over here. People are talking to me on the street, talking about you're picking up transvestites and you got this freaking woman all in your... I don't have time for that. That's for women who don't have a life. They don't care about, wherever he's at, I got to be there. They don't have no more goals. They lost all sight of life. They don't have no dreams. Those are the type of women who could do all of that. Me, and especially where I work, I'm in the legal profession, sweetheart. I don't have time for sitting up here wondering where he's at, what he's doing. No, either I can trust you or I can't. You cheat on me, you're done, because I don't trust you. And that's the end of that.
Or we're going to come back from this. That's what I'd like to do.
Really?
Is that what you'd like to do? All right.
So they say they want to come back from this and then they want to work on the marriage. The guy, he's sitting up there. Personally, I think he's foolish. But anyway, she's going to cheat again and again and again. Believe it. You look at her face, rice versus rice. You can see she's going to cheat again because he's an idiot. He's an idiot. Sorry.
Do you think Javon should forgive Shanita's past and trust?
So now, but it's like a clean slate, a fair shot.
What would give you a clean slate? What could she do? Because I got to tell you, I wouldn't have been able to trust her anymore.
Thank you.
Because
that's all I'm trying to say. And upon that note, you always have a choice. This is she the true love? Yeah. Ain't nowhere in the world. Just like Judge Lynn, I would have never been able to trust her again. That ain't happening. Would I look like a clown? Red noses for everyone? That's not happening. Anyway, you always have a choice. Choose wisely. Until next time, bye for now.